Hello there and Happy New Year. So we're in 2019 and I'd just like to ask you to take the opportunity to reflect a little on how 2018 was for you. Are you in the same place today as you were this time last year? Have you set yourself the same goal that you set yourself in 2018 and perhaps also in 2017 and beyond? Now, in a recent survey conducted by Betway here in the UK, as recently as November last year, people who'd set their New Year's resolutions in January were questioned in November as to how effective they were with regards to achieving their goals. 49.2% of the people surveyed, and over 2,000 people were surveyed, nearly 50% of those surveyed set themselves the exact same goal that they set last year. Now, remember in my previous video I spoke about the definition of insanity being doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same result? So in a recent survey, nearly half of those people surveyed are actually living and embodying the definition of insanity. I spoke also about deja vu goals, about the same goal coming up. And if you're one of those people, and the odds are that you may be, it's 50-50, then perhaps you should revisit why you keep setting that same goal. What is your intention? And perhaps also revisit why you're not taking enough action on that goal. But I'd also like to reflect back to Valentine's Day. You don't take action with your partner one day of the year. It's for life. Same as setting goals. It's not just something you do on New Year's Day. You've got 365 days of the year. And in reflection, I remember a quote from Arsene Wenger. Now, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I do appreciate that Arsene had a massive amount of success with regards to football in the Premiership era. And Arsene Wenger said that when you look at people who are successful, you will find that they are not those who are motivated, but those who are consistent in their motivation. And that's the point I'd like to get across to you today. It's about that consistency in your motivation. It's about taking consistent action. It might not be perfect action, but as you take imperfect action, your action increases, it improves, and you get better. It's what we call a confidence competence loop. The more you do something, the better you become. So start with imperfect action, but be consistent towards the path of improvement. So I had a client once who called me her personal trainer for her mind. She felt that she needed a personal trainer at the gym so that her motivation could be consistent. Because without having someone holding her accountable, it's so easy to just crawl back up under the covers and not bother going into gym. So I would ask you, what do you need to be consistent in your motivation? Is it accountability? Or is it perhaps having a greater sense of meaning behind the reason behind why you set these goals in the first place? And if you're after accountability, if you're after some consistent motivation, give me a call. Reach out through the link in the comments below and you can apply for a free breakthrough discovery session where we can discuss strategies and techniques to get you started on the road to your dreams. So it's all about taking consistent action. And just like Valentine's Day, you don't love your partner one day of the year. Don't love yourself one day of the year. Take consistent and motivated action towards the life of your dreams. Don't be one of the 10% of people, 1 in 10, who've already quit on their New Year's resolutions by the second week of January. And that's an average over the 2,000 people surveyed. A lot of that depends on what your goal actually is. So say, for example, your goal is to stay off alcohol for the duration of January. 23% of the people with that goal didn't even last 2 weeks into January, according to the Betway survey. So an average of 1 in 10 people won't make it 2 weeks. Give yourself more credit than you currently do. Your future life is worth more than 2 weeks. And I would just like to ask you to question what you're about to do today. Because your actions today, what you sow today, you will harvest in your future. So do today what your future self will thank you for, but be consistent in your motivation. Because you don't love your partner for one day of the year. So don't love yourself for 1 week, 2 weeks of the year. Give yourself the benefit of the trust and the commitment, the motivation that you deserve. And let's make 2019 your best year yet. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Have a great year. And until next time, Happy New Year.